Hello, I'm David Brown, and today we'll be talking about MDR and why that's not your father's MDR, and how Xcitium makes it better. We see that there are around 450,000 new malwares introduced every day. Ransomware is up across all industries. We see that that's projected over the next 5 years to see a 15% increase in cybercrime costs, reaching almost $10 trillion by 2025, where in 2023, people were already paying over $1 billion. Every 11 seconds, new ransomware attack has occurred. As we've been talking right now, many people have already been victimized. These keep growing and growing. And now that new tools are available to make it even easier for cyber criminals and even those that aren't as aware to become cyber criminals in the industry through AI and other such programs now where they can script and even buy ransomware to begin targeting and attacking people. Before, we used to see them targeting large organizations and enterprises and governments. Now, small businesses are almost 50% of the attack target space. This has grown and will continue to grow, forcing people who don't have the resiliency, the technology, the personnel, the expertise to pay. And paying is the worst thing that you can do. Paying ensures that cybercrime will continue and emboldens criminals to continue their path. And this is what we're trying to stop at Xcitium. Stop the criminals, keep your data, and protect your money. We do MDR in a couple different ways, but traditionally you're looking at detection, right? Identify threats coming from multiple sources, whether that be antivirus, behavioral analysis, threat hunting. This is what MDRs tend to be doing under the detection stats. A lot of this takes technology, some of it takes people, and other of it takes processes, all of which can be complicated for organizations that are small or don't have the expertise to handle that. Part of the investigation process is after something's been detected. What happened? How did it get there? What was its intent, right? What were the actions on objections going forward? And this is where investigation comes into to facilitate the response, to stop, to deny, degrade, destroy that. The root cause analysis, how did it get there? What was its goal? And potentially even who sent it? And then the visibility. Do you have the right visibility? Did you see all the instances of it? Were you able to capture it in time or did it spread? These are questions that need to be answered. And it takes, again, technology, processes, and people to do these things. And those people need that expertise. The remediation part is probably one of the more simpler parts of it because it's after the initial attack, right? Everything is now calmed down, right? You're now going through the damages, you're trying to terminate things, you're removing or patching the vulnerabilities that allowed for that initial access and allowed for that spread, that lateral movement in your environment. You're looking for additional threats to detect and then block. And then you're cleaning up afterwards. You're restoring services, you're restoring business, right? And these are the things that you need to be looking out for. Again, a lot of the remediation process goes from people. Again, we talked about the technology bit of it, the expertise, the time, and the money, right? All of these things have points and pain points when it comes to MDR. And at Xcitium, we address all of these in a different and new fashion. And ask yourselves honestly, is your organization equipped to do these things in-house? Do you have the money to pay for the technology? Do you have the expertise to handle the investigation? Do you have the time to go through the remediation, the recovery, the lost business? And is your technology providing you the detection and the skills that you need to identify new threats? MDR, again, we're talking about managed detection response. This again is what's going forward. Your dedicated cybersecurity experts, right? When you outsource that, you're outsourcing your technology, your expertise, your manpower, and your incident response, all at an operational expense, and many times cheaper and more affordable than trying to run this internally amongst yourselves. Legacy MDR tends to stand from a couple different product lines. We're looking at endpoint detection and response, or EDRs as they're known. Antiviruses, whether they be traditional or next gen, we tend to call those endpoint protection, or EPP. A lot of technology now is combining both of those into a single product. We have the visibility and reporting, right? This is going to be your vulnerabilities. This is going to be your awareness, lateral movement visibility, host visibility, patch capabilities, remediation and incident response. Are you able to deny, degrade, destroy, deceive that attack? Are you able to recover from that attack if it does happen? Are you resilient enough to withstand the attack if it succeeds? And these all come down to the limitations of the traditional legacy MDR. It can only protect what it can detect, and that is either signature based or some heuristic based items. Others do next gen heuristics that might have some AI capabilities into it. But again, if it can't see it, it can't prevent, it can't detect. Again, when we're looking at about 450,000 new unknown threats every single day coming up, that's blind spots that endpoint protection, EDR, just simply cannot cope with at any scale. And most products assume unknown is good till proven bad, because otherwise you're blocking businesses, right? The concept of fault closed. If I fault closed, I break business. So I fault open, hoping that that unknown is not going to be detrimental to my environment, right? And efforts to address this is inefficient by multiple places. We're looking at sandboxing, whether it be at the network level or at the host level, which drains resources. A lot of industries and organizations have gone to either thin clients or smaller laptops that don't have the horsepower to run sandboxing on the host level. So you're looking at networking if you can afford that, because that is an expensive resource as well. But again, the file comes into the sandbox and it's sent on to the end user. And then if the sandbox determines it's malicious, it then reports back to the end user or to a SOC team that says, hey, this file's bad. I stopped it on these other 20 people, but these 5 people already have it. Or it's blocked business because it stopped it from getting there until it could make a decision. And at that point, you might have people waiting on critical time sensitive documents or objects to be delivered to them. And now they're stuck in the sandbox queue. And then it still detects the known versus the unknown. Is the sandbox able to know that this is bad, yes or no? And then it makes that decision. You can't protect from unknowns. It's very difficult. Most organizations and most technologies simply can't do it. And then what you're charged for fixing that when it breaches. Most MDRs will charge a retainer for incident response. You're going to buy 20, 50, 80 hours at cost up front in preparation for an unknown wreaking havoc in your environment, right? It's almost like you're buying insurance without the benefits of insurance. And that's something that we're changing here at Xcitium. We look at MDR as a maturity lifecycle. We're going beyond that legacy point where we're bringing in network sensors, we're bringing in log collectors, we're providing that extended detection response where we're able to collect and see additional areas that provide us a larger holistic view of the environment. That allows us to look at lateral movement. It allows us to detect and react to breaches faster, which means that they're less impactful. It allows us early detection on east-west movement instead of just north-south movement within a network. Our cloud protection is protecting your Azures, your AWSs, your Google sites by providing that level up front in there, taking in your O365 accounts and looking at them. And again, providing that extended detection. The integration with adjacent tools is coming from our sensors. You may have our tech stack You may have a third party firewall, a second party network switch. All of these are providing valuable information. But if they're not able to integrate with each other and talk to each other, then you're losing visibility. Visibility loss means detection loss. And detection loss is prevention loss. And that's what we conquer by bringing them all into a single interface, by unifying all of them. We bring you that holistic view that allows us to see beyond traditional MDRs. We provide threat hunting where we're looking for a noun. We can see something and then we pivot on that and we dive into that to see if that's truly something worth noting or if it's noise or baseline it because that might be normal activity. And we continue to do that and jump from jump. We have triggered threat hunting. We have cyber intelligence driven threat hunting. These all come at different times and different places to bring that high level of detection and early detection into an environment. Our threat intelligence provides actionable reports of what's happening in the environment, what's being seen in the wild, and what can infect your environment or potentially introduce vulnerabilities into your environment, allowing you to patch early and prevent those holes from being punched through. Personalized service support, our delivery managers sit with you, customize how you're going to receive your information, who's going to receive it, and what their goal for that information is. And then we deliver that to you weekly, monthly, quarterly. The schedule is up to you and how you want that information brought to you. And we do that for you with our personalized delivery managers. That brings us to our zero dwell. This is patented kernel level technology. We're the only ones that have it. This allows us to run those unknowns. We're not stopping files from getting to you. We're not allowing something dangerous to operate. We're virtualizing those attack vectors where it mimics critical system calls and components. The unknown, if it is a threat, thinks it's succeeding. It thinks it's doing its mission, its objectives, when in reality, it's completely locked away inside of a protected virtual hard drive space, protected virtual memory, and protected virtual registry, while your real components are left unharmed, allowing that document to be opened, looked at, and operated without impact to your environment. No writes access ensures that nothing that runs in our virtualization can actually write to the memory, the registry, or the hard drive, like I said. This allows us to identify true intent of those unknowns. If at the end of the file process, we see no writes, we see no actions, nothing's happening, then that's fine. It continues on its way. But if we do, we reverse all of those options that it did in our virtual container, and there's no negative impact on your system and no negative impact on your performance. And again, Xcitium is the only one that has this patented technology because it's our patent. We own it. We provide it to you. That brings us to overcoming the limitations. Again, when we've talked about those numbers of unknown, about the 450,000 new samples that are coming out every day, and when we look at those across all of the endpoints that Xcitium has, across all of the customers globally, we provide these stats on our site for you. It's called our transparency report. And you can see the number, percentage of active devices with potential malware activity, percentage of devices with known good, right? All the way up to that middle column, right? That's the boom, right? Zero breaches. We have no breaches. Yet when we continue on and we look at those file views of the unknowns that turned out to be true, 94% of them, again, 94% of those unknown files are fine files where other technologies would have prevented or delayed them from reaching or being used or accessed. We don't do that. We wait to find out that those 5% at the end of the day that are malicious, that are shown to be malicious, that do malicious calls have been prevented from ever doing any harm or operating on your system without interrupting business. It means you can do the work you need to do. You can continue to grow your business with confidence and security. When we look at the value of City empowered MDR, We're looking at offloading the staff, the skill and the knowledge that you need as an organization. So you can put that money and those skills to better use in your organization. Hire people that you need to do your business model and let us handle the people and the skill and the knowledge to protect your business. Next generation endpoint protection. Xcitium is running multiple layered security stack, a defense in depth approach where we have next gen antivirus. We have host intrusion prevention systems. We have firewall capability, which is an award winning firewall that has been around and has been winning awards for years. We have our patented zero dwell. These technologies all pile onto each other and provide that impenetrable defense. Now, of course, nothing is impenetrable. Always at some point, something might slip through the cracks. There may be something that gets through. That's inevitability. Protection is not 100%. We all know that. This is why we include incident response. You don't have to buy a retainer. It's included in the MDR pricing. If a device running our tool sets configured to our standards is breached, we will provide incident response for that device at no cost to you. It's included in your cost. If a device not running our system has an incident, we'll look at that, but that's not part of that inclusion. But an Xcitium protected device is fully included with including incident response on that. It's easy to expand and grow. We're able to grow and to expand the capability and the footprint of your environment with ease. We're nearly invisible to users. Unless you want the end user to see it, they don't have to or ever know it's there. Again, it operates completely in silent, or it can operate interactively, depending on the experience level, the maturity of your organization, or what your goals are. Again, it's about removing disjointed tools and providing a unified, holistic environment at the host level and at the network level with our sensors, all talking and operating together. That's vulnerability at the host level. That's patching at the host level. That's asset management at the host level. That's AV, EDR, zero dwell, HIPS, firewall, all at the host level. That's network sensors. That's IDS at the network level. That's east, south, and north directions. That's integration to O365 and other cloud services, all being viewed and brought into a single pane of glass for our SOC analysts to look, see, and act while you sit back and continue your job of performing and exceeding at your business. Again, we go back to the personal reporting and alerting and the intelligence sharing. All goes to your portal. All is easy for you to digest and share as you need. It makes life a lot easier for you when you can go to one place, click something, see it, understand it, and share it. When we look at the complete zero trust platform across all the Xcitium tool sets, where again, we're looking at the auto containment, that kernel level API virtualization, the deny security with default without denying usability, dynamic detection through our next gen AV and our HIPS product that does behavioral analysis as well as signature based. So that's, think of that as static analysis and dynamic analysis. The signature base is very fast. It gets rid of those low lying fruits and those true positives, where the behavioral, the heuristics looks more deep into things, not what it is, but what is it doing? Is this going to do something dangerous? Is this going to affect my organization in a negative way or my desktop? Is it going to harm my business? That's where behavioral analysis comes in and those adaptive event modeling that we offer. We're looking at remote management. We're looking at patch management, application control, all built into the product stack. Our Verdict Cloud and Valkyrie is our automatic malware analysis in the cloud. We can handle all of these things through the process and move forward. Data loss prevention, ticketing is built into it. It provides a ticket system for you to get information and to share information within the organization to us and from us to you. Proactive and reactive threat hunting. intelligence-driven threat hunting, all part of the program. We have our staff 24/7 on glass, looking and alerting and reacting to threats to your organization so you can sleep at night and know that your business is in good hands. And again, the only one in the industry to offer free incident response on platforms protected by our technology. That's included as well. So thank you very much for listening. And to sum everything back up again, we are taking things to that next level. We're extending that EDR and moving it out. We're bringing the MDR function to a maturity level and growing it with your organization and ensuring that traditional MDR gaps don't exist for your environment. That zero trust platform is there where you can identify, grow, and expand as necessary along all of your security needs through one interface, through one product, through one name, Xcitium. Thank you very much.